happening, everyone? Welcome back. As you can see today, we are at Dungeness again. I'm with Simon again, and we're fishing a mark that I've never fished before. So we normally fish, I don't know if you can see that boat over there on the beach. We normally fish the mark we call by the boats, because there's boats on the beach. And around there, you'll see where I park, there's a little gate. You can go to Richardson's and get the key. Simon's looked at it. It used to be. I used to have it years and years ago when there was actually fish here worth catching. It was a tenner a year, and it's still a tenner a year, but you have to pay £10 to join. So the first one will cost you 20 quid. Anyway, so there's that mark there that people normally fish. This is one, and then where I used to go as a kid, we used to drive down to the power station, and then you can't see it probably, but there's a wall along there. You'd park at the bottom, you'd walk along the wall, and you'd fish there. But this is pretty much a little bit further round to the left of where we're going. We're going to be right on the point today, so we are going to be fishing right on the point of Dungeness. We've got a couple of score black lug each from the wonderful Darren and his dad Ken, so thanks very much, lads. Also, there's plenty of fresh black lug at Medway Tackle Supplies, and there will be for the weekend because we're getting another big batch off of them. So if there's anyone watching the video today, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday now, and I will be putting this video up today for yous. This weekend coming, if anyone wants any black lug, and the weekend is looking alright. It's windy, but it's northerly wind, so anywhere on the south coast should be good. And after the blow we've got tomorrow, it's looking prime for a few fish. Prime. Anyway, what's today's target? Cod, obviously. What else would it be? I ain't come down here looking for whiting and dogfish, that's for sure. There was actually a little codling caught here yesterday. I see a post up late last night. A fella, I think him and his son had quite a few fish. So yeah, well done to them. And one of them being it was only a small codling, little that sort of size. I'll take that, mate. I will take that. Why are we fishing this today? One, because I've never done it, and two, different bit of ground, isn't it? I don't actually know what the deepest part of Dungeness is. I was always told years ago that round by the boats at low water was the deepest part, because you could just cast that a little bit further and get into it. But me and Simon have already walked over this beach this morning when we first got here, just to come and have a look. So I've never been here, and it's bloody steep. Bloody steep. It's low water at the minute. High water was at about 20 past, almost 12 this afternoon, which we're going to fish till probably about 1 o'clock, and then make our way back. I've got a big job lot of fishing gear to go and have a look at on the way home, so hopefully that'll be good and we can buy that, because I like buying job lots of fishing gear, taking out the bits I want and then flogging the rest. I'll just keep you here until I get over the top of this beach and I'll show you. It's definitely a better walk there than what it is up there, that's for sure. Look at that, look. There's a few anglers up there already. But we're basically on the point. I mean, there's an angler up there just round the bend. He's probably a little bit more on the point than we are, but it's only 100 yards that way. One thing worth noting here is, I think the tide is going to be pretty strong here. I think it's going to be pretty strong indeed. But we shall see what happens. Right, I'm going to get set up, guys, and I'll bring you back. Right, people, we are nearly ready. I'm starting off with single black lug. Lovely bit of black lug, by the way, Darren. Thank you, mate. Single black lug on a pulley, big hooks. Blended 7-ounce lead, because I like using 7 ounces. I've only got one rod made up in a minute. I literally just got my bait straight out in the box and put it straight on. Now that could do going up a little bit. And there she blows. Let's stick this out. What's going on here? That's the one. On the other rod, I'm going to use a loop rig and fish a little bit closer and do some scratching. There she blows. I mean, that wasn't an amazing cast anyway. And yes, I'm casting off to the left because the tide one is coming. The tide one is coming from the left, from the right, sorry, round to the left. Now what you want to do here, if you've got enough room, which at the moment we have, is leave a little bit of a bow because it's a big tide today. And here, it really will rip round. Really, really rip. So I'm going to leave a little bit of slack in that line and let the tide pull itself. There she blows. First rod out. Loop rig will go out second, and that will go, I don't know, 30 or 40 yards I suppose, and just do a bit of scratching so that we can find, hopefully there'll be some dabs around. That's what I'd like to see today, obviously, as well as a cod. Codling. I don't care, guys, if it's this bloody big. I just want to see codling. Right, I'm going to set this other rod up and I'll bring this back to a fish, I think, next time. Sun's just trying to poke through them clouds. It's a lovely, lovely day. If you keep a look out on the horizon, Calais is just, Calais is going to be just over there, so, well, you may even see some dinghies today because the weather's good enough for it. Brilliant news. At least we'll have something to practice hitting in a bit. Well, Simon's is still stuck in, he's just left it on the stand. And I thought I'm going to try this one and see how this one's getting on. But this one coming absolutely spot on. Hey! That's what we come for. It's not what we come for, but it's partly what we come for. So that there, boys and girls, is a dab. Now I know it's only a very small flatfish and it's nothing to write home about, but I don't mind catching the odd dab. I'll catch dabs all day long over whiting. All day long. Oh, I'm happy with that. Well, I'm happy with that. I chucked it short, small hooks. It's like a little wishbone rig this. I'll show you it properly in a minute. Just get this, look at this little dab. We'll go and get this back. Simon's, the other one's coming in, so it's just our first rod each. There we go, palm-sized dab. You know it's a dab. So when you look at it through the light, see-through. What in a dab. Thanks, little buddy. Now, hopefully we'll find a bigger dab. Or we'll have a double shot of dabs. I'll quickly chuck a bit of bait on this rig and I'll show you how this one works. That one coming in alright, Si? Did ya? I want to cut the smaller worms. Smaller worms. No, I'll tell you what then. We'll take the biggest one and we'll split it in half. There's already a little bit of bait on the hook still. So I'll take a little bit off of that one. Now this is just one. I didn't even ask Gavin for this one. This is just one that came in my pack. What you got? Whiting? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Bigger bit on the hook that has got no bait on. Now don't get me wrong, what I could have done with is them blacks I had last week, them horrible, dirty, stinky, smelly ones, because dabs like them better. Snip that moody bit of bait off the end and slide on this fresh piece. I'm hoping the camera can see it. Yeah, I think it probably can. Sorry if it can't. So then literally you've got two hooks and that's how it fishes. Lead's on the bottom, You've got 2 hooks, yeah, all right, they probably tangle up a little bit, but the beads there sort of giving it a bit of movement, keeping them sort of apart. And then literally the swivel's at the bottom, so it fishes below the lead. You've got an up and over clip up here, so that goes up and over that, and it's got a spring for tensioner. And then you bring both the hooks down and clip them onto the imp. And then obviously when it hits the water, the imp breaks away, the rig falls to pieces, and it fishes. Now we've got some tired one going out there. And like I say, this one I am literally just flicking it out. I'm just casting short with this one. I'm not even going to walk down there. Just a gentle overhead lob. 30-40 yards. Job done. Let's hope we see some. Let's hope we see a bass or something as well today, eh? Not just whiting. Oh yeah, no, we've got definitely got some tired one out there now, boys and girls. When we our first track, there was not a lot out there, to be fair, not a lot at all. But it looks to be picking up now, so yeah. Right, bring us back. I just wanted to quickly bring you back. So Simon's now got that rod, as you can see, he's reeling it in. But one thing, you can't always do it, depends on where you're fishing. But when you do get snagged and you finally break it out, like Simon's just done, he walked down to the water's edge and he broke it out down there, but then he ran up the beach. He didn't try and wind in, he just running back up the beach is quicker to just get that lead away from where you want it to be. It's so much quicker than you trying to wind in. So much quicker. Yeah, he's brought in another rig there, but that's what he was snagged on. Haha, you caught a white in. Yeah, you have, yeah, look. So that's another problem. This is what we said. I thought, God, look at the way that's clipped on there. Hold on a minute. Oh, that's yours. I mean, that's... What's the hook look like? Look at that dinky little pennel rig, look. Dinky little pennel. Well, Si's got himself a new lead. Well, what we'll do with this line is we'll wrap it up and get rid of it. I'll take this up to his box. And we'll get rid of that. Every little helps. Nice. Si's got a new lead, got his gear back, and we've cleared some crap from the sea. I don't want the weed though, we're not taking the weed. You said there was a fish, didn't you? Yeah. It's actually quite... The beach is nice and clean as well, to be fair. There's no rubbish down here. Mind you, I think most of it washes up on the other side of the point from where we are. But what a lovely day. Water's nice and dirty. It does feel coddy. I feel like there's a very good chance we can see a codling today. Like I say, there was one here yesterday, so why not one today? But it's pleasant to be out with the weather we've got this week. It rained all day Monday. Yesterday weren't too bad. Tomorrow is like 55 mile an hour winds here, and something like 17 metres of rain. I mean, it might not be 17 metres, but it's a lot. Friday's pretty much the same, and then Saturday the winds turn northerly, so Saturday would be a good day to go fishing on the south coast somewhere, because the water should be nice and dirty and there should be a few fish about. Am I going to get out myself? I'm going to do my best to, but we shall see. We'll see what happens. Right, bring you back to looks like a weaver. Exactly what it is, it's a weaver. So ladies and gentlemen, although this looks like the perfect live bait. Oh, I can't show Simon. Is that not the most perfect live bait setup you've ever seen in your life? These little dudes will absolutely ruin you. So that fin there will and the spikes all over it will absolutely ruin you. Sorry guys, this isn't going to end well for this weaver. Get it off actually without harming it too much, and the outside just chucked it back and it was alive and kicking. But be very, very warned. I got stung by one when I was in Gran Canaria. No, I was in Spain, and I was fishing off the beach. I think this bloke's dropping nets right here. Now, he's well within his rights to do it, and the man's got to earn a living. It's just annoying, isn't it, when you're on the beach? Yeah, so that's a, I think they call that like a lesser weaver, that's the small one. So I caught the greater weaver when I was over there off the beach in Spain, and there was a Russian fella there trying to talk to me, but we couldn't understand a word each other was saying, like nothing. Well, anyway, I didn't know what this weaver was at the time, and it stung me. Bloody hell did it hurt. And I was jumping around like an absolute pansy, and he was looking at me as if to say, shut up, you tart. It's only a tiny little fish. But yeah, I didn't realise until I got back that it was a weaver. Oh, it's worse than a bee sting. Well, wasp sting, if you like. It was awful. It really, really was. Let's stick another one on there, because that's a smaller worm. So yeah, just something to look out for, guys. I weren't gonna bring you back for that because I didn't think there was anything on there. I wasn't snagged, but there must be like a big sandbar or muddy bank or something out there, because I started reeling in absolutely fine and then it started tightening up. So there's definitely a feature out there of some sort. I should have laid this side by side really, but we'll go for a long bait instead of a fat bait. So yeah, right, I'll bring this back. Uh-oh. Looks like I'm giving up sea fishing for the next 6 months. So I was just into something really... Did you get it back? So I was just into some sort of snag. Managed to get it back. I don't think it was this weed. I think this weed's just what's accumulating on the line. But what I've got on the end of my line is a massive, massive problem. Massive problem. Simon's well in the snag. It took a lot to get out of it. A hell of a lot to get out of it. But that is not what we want to see. Definitely not what we want to see. That, to be fair though, is the first one of the season. Simon's well in there, look. I got mine out, but it's very strange. Oh, there's not a lot of tide run at the minute either. I just put steady pressure on mine and it pulled. I don't know if there's a... I'll tell you what, guys, actually, if anyone knows what this is out here, if anyone fishes this bit of Dungeness regularly, please let me know in the comments why it's like that. I mean, I'll have another cast, but if this is going to be a running thing, then we won't be here for long. I can assure you that. I will be moving, definitely. And it's not because I don't like losing gear. It's just because I don't like keep setting up every 30 seconds. Because that's not fun. I'll leave that old bit of lug on there, because why not? Well, the other rod that's out is only a... I found like a wishbone rig in my box. Because it had two really nice small hooks on it, and I thought it'd be ideal for dabs, but I can see it having a couple of whites on it. And I didn't see a bite on this, I literally just reeled it in just to check the bait. But Simon is well in the snag there. Well in the snag. Well, like I say, I'm going to give this one, if Simon loses a set, that might be us moving. back to where we know. Because he won't want to fish in the snags the same as I don't. There she blows. He's still persevering. It's moving by the looks of it. Is that moving? Right. I'll bring this back. You've lost your leg, that's why. Look, your leg's come unclipped. You still got your white, you know, mate.
Could have been the other way round, couldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, look, that's why. Your impact thing's clipped out.
Fuck.
Yeah, well, I'll take your tripod up and leave you to your whiting. So that tide's really running now, guys. It's just had my tripod over. Rods, reels, a lot. Another reason I don't have expensive rods and reels, because stuff like that happens. I say expensive, back in the day, that was good money. They're still bloody good rods. They just look like they've been used to clean out a builder's cement mixer. There you go, Si. Yeah, well, we've had a few whiting now, to be fair. So they're well in, they are well in, and I was hoping that, I knew the water was going to be dirty, but I didn't think there'd be as many whiting during the day yet. But there we go. So, we'll have to start getting a little bit more, I don't know, tactical. The problem is, I know a lot of people go fishing to catch fish, right? I understand it. But for me, the whiting, well, there's so many of them, they're like the plague. Of course, when you're fishing for something else, for instance, like cod, or bass, or rays, or smooth hounds, or whatever it may be you're fishing for, because there are just so many whiting out there, you just don't have the chance to catch anything else because they're constantly on your bait. Like when they're really in, like if you come down here at night time now, I mean, you've seen the videos. I've done videos here, well, around the other side of the point, using a 10 hook rig and catching 10 whiting. That's how mad it gets here in Kent. And I know obviously people catch whiting everywhere else around the country as well, but there are certain places where you get left alone. I know, again, Chisel, I've just been talking to Si actually, you don't seem to get, well, I've never seemed to get that many whiting at Chisel. Now, I don't fish it obviously nowhere near as much as a lot of people do because it's so far away, but you just don't seem to get as many. The Bristol Channel, and I've fished that quite a bit. Again, nowhere near as many as a lot of other people, but you just don't seem to get so many whiting. Of course you do get them, but say you have 10 casts over a low water, for instance at a mark called Lady Bay, you might reel in 2 whiting out of them 10 casts and 8 of them will come back completely untouched. I'm not saying you're going to reel in any cod either, but yeah, that's just what it's like. But it just seems to be Kent is just full of them. And like Simon was just saying, maybe it's just, there's no real predators here. I mean, there's plenty of seals out there, but other places like the cod love a whiting. The cod will chase whiting all day long like they used to here. The cod used to munch through the whiting here back in the day. It was one of the best ways to catch them, live baiting for them. But then there's plenty of bass here, and I know the bass eat them as well because I've seen somebody have £10 bass off this beach on a live bait whiting. It was a long time ago, but yeah, it was bang on £10. Yeah, I just wonder why there are so many here. I guess I'll never really know, but if anyone else has any theories, please let us know. Just a tip, guys, when you're fishing somewhere the tide's running so hard, which it is, like I say, it's running from that direction to this direction. Simon's obviously there, but he's fishing there. But where he casts quite a bit further than me, he's walking past my rods to cast out, and he's casting up tide and then allowing it to swing back round. Because otherwise, if he just casts out straight from where he is, his line's going to end up down there, not where he wants to be fishing. So what he'll do is he'll leave a bit of slack line, and that will literally go over the top of me and end up back where he is. and if it doesn't, I'll just reel him in and cut his line. Nick all his gear. So as you can see at the minute, he's over the top, but give it a couple of minutes and he will be down there. It's just something to look out for if you're fishing especially with a mate. If you're fishing a beach that's got a decent strong tide run, work out what way the tide's going, and always stick your mate on the other. Always stick the person that casts the furthest on the opposite side, if that's making sense to you. Just a little tip, because we are a ball of knowledge here at Fish Hunter UK. Feels like there's something on here, but I don't know what it is. Probably another whiting. Is it a whiting? It just felt a little bit heavier. No, that is a bass. More species. I thought it felt a little bit heavier. Lovely. It's not quite sizable, but it's better than a whiting. It is a lot better than a white. Oh, come here, mate. Be nice to me. Be nice to me, and I'll be nice to you. To be fair, I'm always nice to bass. Happy days. That is my 4th species. Just saying, Si needs to pull his finger out. I'm not going to tell him that, but he'll watch this video back. And then I'm sure I'll get an abusive message. But it's all love. To be fair, he beat me last time. Do you know what, days like a day, and I know I always moan about the whiting and stuff, but I ain't been out for, I don't know, a week or so. So it's nice to just get out. Oh, that boat has almost been touching the beach. I'd really love to know what he's doing. Love to know what he's doing. He's not putting pots there. If anyone else knows what he's up to, because I'm sure there'll be someone watches my videos that probably knows the skipper of that boat. I'm not trying to like man at a witch hunt him. I just want to know what they're doing this close to shore. Like what is there to catch this close to shore? I don't understand what they're targeting. So it'd just be nice to know. So yeah, if anyone does know what they'd be doing this close to shore, what they're catching, would be lovely. Absolutely lovely. Oh, actually the last time I went fishing was when I had my wing mirror knocked off at Hive, which I have replaced. I ended up getting one from a breakers yard with everything, all the glass, literally everything. It cost me £35, but it's a big but. One of my subscribers, and this was last week, so I've actually forgotten the fella's name, but I can look it up when I get some signal on my phone in a minute, and I will give you a shout out. Actually sent me £10 towards my wing mirror. So massive shout out to you. And again, I'm sorry I've forgotten your name, but I will look in a minute. And he was actually from Australia, so I mean that's even more wow. Thanks so much, buddy. Honestly, it really does mean a lot. Yeah, I went out the next day, got the new wing mirror, fitted it. So because driving home that night in the dark with only one wing mirror, driving up the motorway in a van is bloody hard work. You've got no rear view mirror, just literally the wing mirror is all you can see. So I was trying to switch lanes London on the motorway. Honestly, I was struggling. So yeah, thanks again. I really do appreciate that. Right, let's just quickly see what's on here, and then I'll bring you back afterwards. It feels to be a fish. Maybe not actually. Just got light. Might be something on there. If there is, it's a whiting or a dab. Something small. Or nothing at all. Don't know, it felt strange that coming in. I know there is a fish, and it is a whiting. A little whiting, not even a good one. Is there such a thing? I mean, that's a lovely live bait. It's just not on a live bait rig. It's got both hooks. Look at that, look. Hooked, both hooks. Greedy git. No, I hope you get eaten by a big bass. Oh well. Right, I'll bait this up and I'll get it back out, guys, in a bit. These bloody noddy anglers casting over me. God's sake. Don't know what they're bloody doing half the time. But to be fair, that tide slowed right down. So we didn't quite understand what was going on. Si has obviously put it out past me. What's going on here, Si? Yeah, no, but you're over me. Oh. Oh, hang on, let me come down. Let's work this out. Oh, we're over your other line and all. That's a bit of dab, mate. Well done. Yeah. Lovely. Oh yeah, much better dab that. Nice. They all look different and all, don't they?
Lovely. Still
see-through. Well done, dude. Well done. Right, I don't need to bring this in yet. It's been out there or not. It hasn't been out there that long. Put it back. Oh well, another dab. Another one of the, we're going to call them a secondary target fish. Yeah, that's what we're going to call them. The secondary target. Oh, nice. Hey? Play. Nice. Actually looks... Sorry. It actually looks like identical to yours. I promise I didn't put this on and cast it out. I actually promise. Another dab. Oh, it's not. It's darker actually than size one. It's got not a lot in its belly either. Very skinny. Well, Gavin's rig's working. Lovely job. Am I going to need some special tools to get this hook out? Oh no, I'm not. It's right there. That is lovely. Absolutely splendid. Thanks, little dab. Ah, it's not turned out to be a bad session. We're catching other species other than whiting, which is great. Alright, still no cod, but there's always time. We're going to fish shy water, probably half hour down, and then like I say, I said earlier on in the video, I've got to go and have a look at some fishing gear. Can also, we was up in an iron today. We was going to come here. We're going to go down to Dens Marsh, which is down there, or to the Galloways, which I like fishing. But I can hear that they are firing on the ranges today. So it's a pretty good job we didn't, because we'd have only sort of had to walk, not obviously this far up, but we'd have only had to walk this way from Dens Marsh anyway. So it's a pretty good job we stayed up here. There's a worm. That one will do. So yeah, right guys, I'll bring this back. So I've just reeled in my rod, and this fell off. I see it coming up the beach. Another one of them little spiky things, weavers. Let's have a bit more of a look at it. So I'm hoping you can see it. I mean, I'm not going to damage it purposely. I don't know if they're meant to go back or not, but it's got spines on the top of its dorsal fin. It's got spikes on the gill pad. Look, big spike there on that gill pad. I don't know if my camera's picking it up. I hope it is, but it's the best I can do. There's also spikes there on the back, and I'm sure there's probably other spikes too. So yeah, just be very wary of these little fellas. Very wary. You can see how good these bloody pliers are. Tell you what, we're going to gently nudge him with the stones back to the beach, back to the water. I ain't picking it up. There he goes. Crazy. Never catch things like that, and then you catch two in one day. Absolutely mental. Simon's got a nice double shot by the looks of it. He has got a nice double shot. That's the way to do it, Si. You bloody show off. Oh, I mean, that's a lovely bass, but that, mate, That is a chunky dab. That is a real good sized dab. It's got some girth to it and all, and not just...
Nothing wrong with that.
And it's hooked nicely, look at that. Really nice dab. And a nice bass obviously as well, but the dab's a good one.
Sweet.
Oh, nearly dropped the rod. Let's get hold of him. No. Yeah, man.
Lovely. Lovely.
Cracking day. Happy with that. Even though it weren't my fish. Oh, right, quick chuck, because he's going to do me. Cheers, mate. So what I'm actually just done now is I've just got another rig out of the box. Just a loop rig, just so I can have them two baits further apart, because that's the second double shot size I've had now. Alright, they haven't both been good double shots, but I've got a feeling my wishbone, where they obviously I had that white and earlier that took both hooks, so I'm just getting a loop rig out, so then I've got two separate hooks, two separate baits. They're further apart, if that makes sense. So I'll get this baited up now whilst I'm waiting for a bite. I always nip the tails off a black lug, always, just because they're full of sand. I don't like them dangling. I know Darren and Ken now are sitting there watching, screaming at me for cutting the tails off their beautiful black lug, but after a couple of days, all they do is they move all the sand. Look, that's the stuff cut. Look, it's sand, just sand in its tail. I don't want sand. Not only that, they just get in the way. Look, pure sand. It's mad to think these worms were in the sand just over there somewhere a couple of days ago. What's the day? Yesterday. Actually, yesterday morning. These was in the sand. Crazy. Tide's back running again. I've cast that straight in front of me after getting crossed over with Si earlier, thinking that it had slowed down. I've put it out and both my lines are over there now, so yes. Lovely. Get a lead on that and then clip it up and get it out there in a minute. Splendid. Finally just got some signal to get back on my PayPal and see the name. So again, a big shout out to Chris Dutton. Again, who lives in Australia, which is crazy, absolutely crazy that people in Australia watch my videos. It really is amazing, and it's really amazing that people are thoughtful and kind like that. So Chris, massive shout out to you, mate. I really do appreciate it. Every little helps, as they say. Yeah, I'll show you when we get back to the van. It's all nice and fresh. Don't get me wrong, it's from a breakers yard, so it had a little crack in the bottom of the plastic, but for 35 quid, it is what it is. It is what it is. Right. I bought your bait. I weren't intending to. I was just checking bait, but this feels heavy, and I think I can see why. The weed is starting to show up. Oh, what have I got here? A load of absolute crap. Carrier bag. I will take it home. You're joking me. I'll sort that carrier bag out in a minute. It's another one. That is, oh, do you know what? I don't think I've ever caught a weaver in the UK, and I've caught 3 today on a 5/0 hook. Sire. Crazy. And even these little dinky ones, they will still absolutely do you over. Absolutely do you over. Right, I'm going to go and get this unhooked, and I'll send this one back out, and I'll bring this back to the next fish. But that tide is really running now. That's what we wanted to see. So the change of rigs, and we got the double shot. All right, they're both small ones.
Postage stamp.
Simon's were bigger, okay, but
What she said.
but I'll change rig for a double shot of fish. and I've got a double shot of fish. So, just goes to show sometimes the little changes do make a difference. And as you can see, there's now a lot of people here. They're a bit close to the water. This little fella's nicely hooked, and I'm even going to reuse this bait because dabs are big scavengers. And like I say, they do like little bits of bait. How deep's that one? Ooh. Yep, I'll need to get the pliers on that one. I'll get this one back and then I'll help that one out. Happy days. Double shots of dabs. Lovely. Well, there must be quite a few dabs out there now, because this is my rod at, well, I say at distance if you like. This is the one I'm casting out as far as I can, and like I say, that one's got a 5/0 hook on it. It's far looked, but I'm catching them in close and at half decent-ish distances. Oh, there's loads of kids down here now. Oh no, it's not far looked. That is through its mouth. So, 5/0 hook, and it's hooked properly. There's none of this foul looking going on here. It's a thick dab as well, another chunky one. But the weed is being a, it's not bad, is it? We've had weed when it's been shocking, but when you've had all day without it and now you've got to start picking it off. Oh, sorry. Now you've got to start picking it off your leader knots. It's a bit of a pain in the arse. Was it not in the butt cap? That'd have been a bad day if that had gone in. Hey? Right, I'm going to try it. I'm going to band a couple of blacks up, I think, and I'm going to drop this like 20 yards at the bottom of the shelf here. Because I'm going to make a bigger bait. Because there's a cod out there about 20 yards. Oh, okay. I see it just jump, say hello.
I think that's what it's fucking probably over.
No, I don't think it is. It's waiting for me, not you, mate. Yeah. Right. I'll quickly show you what I mean. I know most of you know what I mean, but I've tidied up my box and all. I know it still looks a mess, but it's clean in there. It's like all the bags have got rigs in. Still got my lucky false teeth. They won't ever go anywhere. So yeah, I sorted my shed out and all. For anyone that watches my scrap channel, I picked up. Do you know what? My mate Wes the other day. So my pal Wes grows used to grow tomatoes. So we had all the growing equipment. We're talking hydroponic lights and, you know, all the other stuff that goes with it. But anyway, after a few years in the trade, should we say, he's retired. So he rang me the other day and said, look, he's got all this growing stuff. Do I want it, like, for scrap? And I said, well, yeah, it's cable, there's lights. It's all money to me. It all pays the bills. So I went round to his house to pick it all up. But there was also all sorts of other stuff, tools, and there was loads and loads of stuff. But it was most of it was all good stuff, like a brand new welder and things like that. All far too good to scrap. So I made a video out of it all, but I didn't realise my camera was filming in hyperlapse mode. So the video that probably would have been about 40 minutes is actually about 80 seconds if you're lucky, all in. So I've ruined it basically. Well, anyway, because I had all these new tools and things and bits and bobs to put in my shed. Sorry, this is what I mean by banding it up, by the way. Cut the blacks alongside what was already there, whip them all together so we got a bit of a sausage, and then we're going to literally just drop it in short and hope that there's something bigger lurking in the gutter. So anyway, yeah, so I had to sort out my shed to fit all this new stuff in. So yesterday I had a couple of little bits to do. Once I'd finished doing what I was doing, I started sorting out. I've got random bits of fishing gear all over my shed, garden, house, where I go out on people's boats, or like the other day when I went fishing, I just put a couple of bits in the side of this bag and they're still there. just bits I take out of the box and just put in other little bags and pots and things to take with me when I don't need my box and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, started sorting it all out, and I thought, right, I better sort out my box. So I went and got it, upended it in my shed on my worktop, and yeah, sorted it all out. But yeah, again, Wes, if you're watching, thanks mate, you're a star. I'm gutted I couldn't make a proper video out of it because I messed it up. And there we have a nice big lugworm sausage on a big hook on a pennel, and like I say, we are just going to plop this just down there in the surf, because the loop rig's out there catching all over my jacket. The loop rig's down there catching all the dabs, so I'm happy with that. And this one, I don't need to clip it up, but I'm gonna just to stop it from spinning and mucking about in the water, you know, flipping about in the air. And then this one, literally, oh, that is 5 rod lengths out, if that. Hey? Yeah, I know, yeah. That's where the cod are. Oh, I can't even get it. You know, the tide run is so bloody strong, I can't get the rod out of the tripod. Get out. Jesus, that is strong. That tide's something else. And then that one can sit in there. Lovely. Cushy. Right. Tidied up some of this rubbish. Again, I don't mind taking a bit of rubbish out, and we should all do it. Oh, Site's just reeled in another dead. Another 5-ounce breakaway. Look, the hooks are completely gone. This is just the point. So we'll cut this line off. These are for $1.99 off Temu. They've done bloody well, these little things. Oh, we'll sort that out when we get home. Right, in a bit. Only the one this time. But to be fair, that top hook stripped. I may have had 2, but you never know. You never know. As long as I'm still catching, I'm alright. And it's nice to see that the whiting seems to have buggered off, because I haven't had one in a while. It's just been dabs, which I will take any day of the week, and this one swallowed it. So we'll say thank you, Mr. Dab, and I'll get this one unhooked. Lovely, lovely. The old boy looks like he's struggling. There might be a fish there. See how he gets on. We'll watch from a distance. If you are going to fish this part of Dungeness on a big tide like we are today, make sure you've got some decent leads, because I'm using a 7-ounce and it is being pulled around there like it's a 3-ounce. You want at least 6-7 ounces here at least, if not 8, on a big tide, or you're gonna struggle. And especially if you're fishing any rougher than this. I mean, this isn't rough, this is just Dungeness on a good day. But if this was like choppy as well, your gear would just be on the beach. What's he got? Let's go and have a look. Oh, he's got a dab. And weed. Lovely. It's all been dabs as well, no flounders, which is surprising. I thought they might have seen a flounder. Nicely hooked. What a mate.
Perfectly hooked, isn't he?
Yeah. They're big hooks and all for these little dabs, aren't they, really?
Yeah, the thing is, like, you took one on the 5-0, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah. Yeah. Lovely. Lovely. And they're quite hardy fish, they always go back as well. It's good to see. I'm glad them white and buggered off. I really am. Right, so I just had a lovely dab and walked it over. I didn't even see him reeling in. What a cracking fish. And again, it's hooked so well, isn't it? Look, fell out of its mouth. Nice. Nice.
Big hooks again.
Yeah, big hooks, yeah. Well, they are, yeah, really. For these little small flatfish, they are big hooks, aren't they? They've only got small mouths. They're not like turbot. They've got massive, great big things that are like double the size of their heads. So, you know, well done, mate. Well done. I think I am going to make this the last one, Si. I mean, guys, I don't think anything more is going to happen that's going to be any different, to be fair. But listen, I know I've been doing a few videos down here at Dungeness recently, but the thing is, there's not a lot else happening anywhere else in the country. Not really. I mean, I can go over to Wales and have a go for the big blonde rays again, but the thing is, it's a long way. Obviously, costs a lot of money, and you don't get long fishing. You only get sort of like 2.5, 3 hours fishing on that spit. And all right, there's probably other places I can go in Wales and have a go, but again, it's just at the moment it's not really financially viable. And I don't really like rays. I want to go cod fishing, and at the minute there ain't really many cod coming up anywhere. Now, today's Wednesday, the whatever date it is. What is the date today? That you're watching this video from, it's Wednesday the 22nd of October. So tomorrow on Thursday, this beach is being hit by 60-mile-an-hour gusts of wind, 40-mile-an-hour all day, blowing west. It's blowing a little bit southwest, and then a little bit northwest, and then a little bit west. It's all coming from the west, but it's doing this all day as it's blowing. So either way, this beach is going to get battered. This whole coastline here is going to get battered, which will mean, or literally all day as well. It comes in tonight about 11 o'clock, I think, or 10 o'clock tonight. So Friday's still not great, but Saturday morning it's looking very, very good. I mean, and again, back in the day, if the cod were around, this would be the place to go. If you were going to get some decent fishing in, it is going to be Saturday morning, low water. High Saturday, yeah, hot, sort of low water up. Again, the weather's still not the best. It's still blowing quite hard westerly, but on the other side of the point, it'll be off your back, over your shoulder type thing. So I think what I'm probably going to do is come back down here Saturday. And again, I know I keep doing videos at Dungeness, but there isn't anywhere else for me to go at the moment. I just hope that I don't want you guys to get the ump with me, keep fishing the same beach, keep saying, oh, fishing at Dungeness, fishing for a cod again. But the simple truth of the matter is, I am out, I'm targeting a cod. And if I don't catch one, I don't catch one. It doesn't mean that I'm not cod fishing, because I am. There was one here yesterday, again, it was only about that big, maybe a bit bigger, but it was still a codling, and that's what I want to catch. I don't care how big it is, I just want to get my first codling of the year. So again, I really hope you don't mind me coming back here on Saturday and doing you another video, but that's probably what I'm going to do. And if there's anyone in the area that wants to pop down, say hello, maybe have a fish, I will warn you, it's not looking the best. It's going to be raining, it's going to be windy, but I think we're going to give it a go. And now, I can't sit here and say I'm 100% going to be here on Saturday, so don't all turn up thinking I'm going to be here, because there's every chance something different might, the weather could change between now and Saturday, something might come up in my family life, whatever it may be, but the chances are I probably will be. I'm going to say 60-40% I'm going to be here. So yeah, me and Simon have just been sitting here looking at the weather and thinking about going to Chesil, and there's bits I've got to do that, so I can't do it on these days or these times, and so I can't do it on them days and these days, and then we're worrying about getting bait, although there's more fresh blacks coming on Friday after that. It's a bit of uncertainty, depends what the weather's doing and the tide's doing, so it's all trying to work around getting bait and tides and weather and stuff, and with the weather starting down at the minute, you just never know. But I am going to do my best next month to get out and fish different places around the country. I'm just hoping that an extra couple of weeks there might be some more fish turn up in other places to go. Other than that, I'm back down here, I'm dab fishing, doing it. I'm doing the best I can. So yeah, anyway, I think, guys, that's probably going to be the end of the video. So unless something else amazing happens, unless we see a codling or a decent bass, I think that'll be it for us. So thanks everyone for watching. If you're new, please do subscribe. We're out here giving it a go, doing our best. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. In a bit.